The year is 296 AD. Rome breathes in a brief, fragile silence. In hidden courtyards, the faithful gather, their whispers rising like smoke against the stone walls. But the peace is a thin veil. High above the city, Emperor Diocletian watches the growth of the church with cold, calculating eyes. He issues the decree. Every sacred text must be surrendered. Every altar must be abandoned. The silence breaks. Heavy boots strike the cobblestones in unison, a rhythmic thunder that echoes through the narrow alleys. Soldiers move with torches held high, the flames casting long, flickering shadows. They smash the wooden doors, splintering timber. Believers are pulled into the harsh light of the Forum. The soldiers move with mechanical efficiency, dragging families into the street. Marcellinus watches from the shadows of an archway, his hands gripped tight against the cold stone. The wolves have arrived. The Imperial Guard finds him. They do not ask questions. They seize his arms, the metal of their gauntlets biting into his skin, and drag him toward the center of the Forum. The crowd parts, a sea of terrified faces watching from the periphery. He is shoved forward, stumbling onto the hard, uneven stone before the tribunal. The heat hits him first. A massive iron brazier burns at the base of the Emperor's statue, the scent of thick, cloying incense choking the air. The judge sits elevated, his face a mask of indifference, eyes tracking Marcellinus with predatory patience. He leans forward, his voice cutting through the ambient noise like a blade against glass. "Offer the sacrifice," he commands. The words hang in the air, heavy and absolute. "Or face the blade." Marcellinus looks at the fire. The flames lick upward, orange and hungry. He looks at the judge, then shifts his gaze to the believers in the shadows. The silence of the Forum is absolute. The fire blurred into a singular, blinding point of light. Marcellinus reached out. His fingers shook, hovering inches above the glowing coals. He felt the heat sear his skin, a warning that he ignored. He moved his hand into the smoke, dropped a pinch of incense onto the embers, and bowed his head. The movement was small, a sharp dip of the chin toward the stone floor. The guards let go. The pressure on his shoulders vanished, leaving him unbalanced. He stood there for a heartbeat, the silence of the Forum now deafening. No one spoke. He turned and walked away, his boots scraping against the grit of the Forum floor. He reached his quarters and slammed the heavy wooden door shut, bolting it against the world. The room was cold. He paced the length of the floor, 3 steps, turn, 3 steps, turn. His mind replayed the moment at the altar. The smell of the incense clung to his skin, a persistent, cloying reminder that would not wash away. He stopped at the window, looking out into the dark, but saw only the reflection of his own face in the glass. He sat on the edge of his cot, hands locked between his knees, staring at the floorboards. The sun broke over the city walls, casting long, sharp shadows across the square. Marcellinus walked through the heavy gates, his pace measured and his eyes fixed on the tribunal. He did not look at the ground. He did not hesitate. The guards at the entrance shifted, their hands dropping to their hilts as they recognized him. He stepped onto the stone platform, the same spot where he had bowed days before. The judge looked up from his scrolls, his brow furrowing in confusion. Marcellinus stopped 10 paces from the brazier. He spoke, his voice carrying clearly across the silent Forum. "I renounce the sacrifice," he declared. "My allegiance belongs to Christ alone." The words hit the stone walls and echoed back. The judge stood up, his face draining of color, his jaw tightening until the muscles bulged. He slammed his hand against the stone table, the sound sharp as a whip crack. He signaled the guards. 2 soldiers lunged forward, grabbing Marcellinus by the shoulders. He did not resist. He walked with his head held high as they led him away. Marcellinus knelt on the hard, packed earth. He closed his eyes, steadying his breath as the cold steel drew near. The final blow fell, but the impact did not scatter the believers. Instead, his death became a bridge. Those who had watched him falter now saw him rise, transforming his moment of weakness into a testament of endurance. His life serves as a map for the rugged climb of faith. It teaches that the path is not a straight line of perfection, but a cycle of falling and returning. In the face of modern pressures, his example remains. We are not defined by the moments we stumble, but by the resolve to stand firm when the trial returns. Marcellinus left behind a legacy of courage. We look to his final stand, finding the strength to remain faithful until the very end.